Yeah, so maybe you could do a quick introduction to just like your tag, how long you've been playing, where you're from,
For
stuff like
sure.
that.
My tag has changed around a lot. I just go by Lil Sosa because Sosa is like my last name.
Okay.
Um, I've been playing a while, on and off. I TO'd back when I was in high school, and I used to play with like a few ex pros, like a Weed Lord, and my friend was really his older brother was really good friends with Zoo. So like
Okay.
I've always been around Melee, but I never
Okay.
started taking it seriously until COVID started.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
I've been around. I remember Mewtwo King versus David the Bowser guy. It's a long. I've been here for a while, just watching.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, so let's see, what matchup is this?
I play both Fox and Falco, and like I try to main one, but I just like playing both of them too
Mm-hmm.
much. Like I can't. It's hard for me to stop playing both of them.
I think that's okay. If you like playing both of them, then I think that's totally fine.
Yeah, these sets are from TMT. Um, I one of them I won, and I think it shouldn't have been as close, and then the other one I narrowly lost. So I like looking at those.
Okay. Did you have any? Okay, let's go over this Fox Ditto one. Did you have any thoughts in particular on it, or are you? Which Fox are you, by the way?
I'm Blue Fox.
Blue Fox. Okay.
Um,
Like, are there any issues in particular you're having, or you just want me to kind of watch it and see what you could do better, or?
I guess. Well, I watched part of this. I think like part of part of what makes me a bit not confident in the Ditto is when they start mixing up their text on platforms, and like basically I just don't feel as comfortable with like platform tech chases. Like I know you can instant full hop fast fall bear to cover like no tech and a tech in place, but like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when like if they tech roll or something, like I just need to get more off my punishes basically. I'm trying to work
Okay.
on my punish game.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's take a look. The Discord stream is working, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see what we got.
Another thing that I do want to like work on is holding center. Like I feel like I force myself in the corner a lot for no reason.
Yeah, I was gonna kind of mention like I don't really get your positioning in some spots here.
Yeah.
This is something super minor, but you don't really want to running shine on this stage at all
Oh
because
really?
just because it's so little that like you actually got a running shine in a pretty good position. Like like you didn't running shine him way in the corner. You running shined him here, but it's still like this is almost in center stage, but it's still worthless. Like you'll never get anything out of it. He'll just grab ledge.
Right. You can just slide off.
So you can shine on this stage if you're in the corner. Like let's say you are kind of like right here, like under the platform, and you like drill shine them back towards center. That's really good, but you just have to be generally careful about where you shine on like the smaller stages, and like running shining on this stage is basically worthless. Unless you're
True.
gonna like maybe like running shine grab or something, but even then it's just or like it's just not very good because of how easily they slip to the ledge. So like I used to have an issue where like I'd play against absent page, and he would
Yeah.
like very much play heavily in the corner on this stage. Like center in Fox Dittos is not necessarily the strongest position.
It's like off center.
Yeah, usually a little bit off center is pretty good, but like on this stage, you're just kind of hanging out in the corner, like right by this inner edge of the platform. It's so strong just because, like, let's say Fox bears your shield and does like bear shine, and you like buffer a roll and get hit by the shine, you just grab ledge and you're totally safe.
Right.
So that's like a small detail to add in, but if you're thinking
No,
about
but
yeah,
it's
if
good
you're
to know.
yeah, if you're
Kadoran also I analyzed just one of my games with Kadoran, and one thing that he was pointing out is that like I was drilling a lot, but then I was always shining, especially like when like he would have slid off with shine, and like it's more optimal to go for like grab or up tilt after drill.
yeah, exactly. So it's like it is an issue with punish game where if you're doing a lot of shines in the corner or even just running shine or shine kind of nearish the edge on this stage in particular, like you're gonna get a lot of frustration from not being able to punish because like I used to have the same issue. It's like you hit someone 50,000 times, you have them in the corner the whole game, and you can't do anything to them. So it's something to watch out for. So yeah, being cornered in this matchup is not a huge deal really. Although I don't really get what this stuff is with like the laser.
That's me being cute and nothing else. It's literally dumb.
Yeah, okay. And you get an opening out of it, but so let's see, what's this here? Okay, you just messed up your wave dash.
Yeah, I just longer wave.
Okay.
Ooh. Fuck, that was a shine bear. Maybe I should have refreshed before doing the shine bear. I don't know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely a refresh. I think you were vulnerable on this back here too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was.
So you just got to be careful with your ledge grab timings or refresh if you're way too early.
Yeah, shine was risky.
Yeah, like okay, this is doing nothing though. Going to the platform here, like these lasers. This isn't doing anything.
Yeah, you know what's in.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think I need a. You're right, because also like I'm giving him the opportunity to potentially shark me.
Mm-hmm.
And so like there's no reasons.
It's just it's not like directed. You know, it's not accomplishing anything in particular.
Right.
And look at that. There's that shine. Of like if you shine right here, you're just never gonna get anything off of it. Look at that. You get nothing.
So you want to shine like around past or at like the platform, where the side platform
Basically, shine if you're in the corner on this stage, and don't shine otherwise. Well, unless you're gonna like shine spike, but I'm talking about like grounded shines. You only want to shine if you're like in this position. If he had done a shine out of shield here instead of a grab, it would have been a good shine by him. Like right here, you do this early bear on his shield, and if he shined right here, then you would be like in center here. If you tech roll to the edge, you're all the way at the edge of the stage, you know? So like a shine in that position is a lot better than like a shine in the position where it'll, you know, just let him slide off. Okay, so I have some ideas from watching it so far, but I'm gonna watch a couple more interactions.
Oh, that was a grab for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That full hop.
Okay.
Yeah, I need a refresh. Yeah.
I would say it's not even like about refreshing. I would say just grab later. Like, because you're grabbing, like I guess if you're grabbing at the side B timing, like right here, this would be fine. But then like you're grabbing at this perfectly awkward timing, where so normally there's basically like you can grab edge a little earlier or a little bit later. But the exact time you're grabbing the ledge is a little bit of an issue, because normally what you can do is you grab ledge a little early to cover the side B, then you can react to the up B and refresh. But you're kind of grabbing ledge like a little bit after he's up Bing, and then it puts you in this awkward spot where like, do you have time to do like a frame perfect refresh and still get him or whatever? And I think that's kind of what's causing the issue. So basically a little bit earlier and refresh, or a little bit later and you don't need to refresh are your two options there.
The option I like, the thing I like about like mixing up like late ledge grab is that like there's always the chance in tournament that you miss up like stall and then you just get reversal. But I definitely think it's interesting what you said about jumping early and covering side B, then reacting to up B.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really strong. Because you're right. If I jumped out just a little earlier and grabbed the edge or just wave dashed, I could have probably gotten like a single up B and then like an invincible parry.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so notice the difference here. He techs this, so you got kind of lucky. But like a shine here, which would have just put him to the edge if he didn't tech, versus a shine here where you're pushing him into the center, where you have like a lot better position there because he's not falling off the stage. So I think the issue here, and it seems pretty clear from this game, the issue is basically that your neutral goals and your punish goals aren't lining up. So your goals when you're playing neutral, you're like, okay, we're in a fight, I'm gonna hit him, so I want to use my best moves for hitting him. And then when you want a big punish, but you're not using moves that start big punishes.
Right.
Like you're using like a lot of like, well, I want to have a strong, poke in neutral, so I'm going to be poking with my nair, or I'm going to be back airing. But those moves don't really start you combos, I didn't see any up tilts. I saw very few grabs. I saw no repeated up air combos, And these are Fox's main damage builder / like combo moves.
Right.
So a lot of times the goal in this game, or like a difficulty I should say, is to find the balance where like, because obviously if you're just running around dash dance grabbing, that is like a purely punish focused neutral game, where you're saying like, okay, I'm gonna make my neutral game way worse because I'm not including any of these other options. But if I do happen to win neutral, I have a great situation because I hit him with my strongest punish starter.
Right.
So there's people who do, and then there's people who basically just do that, and then you're kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum where you're like, okay, I just want to win neutral, I want to hit him, and I will figure out the punish afterward. And there's a balance there, and your goal should be, how do I play neutral as solidly as possible and like play like the fight of the game where I'm trying to get an opening and I'm trying to hit this guy? How do I do that as effectively as possible while making sure my moves lead into my punish moves? And so there's a balance between using the punish type moves and just sort of hitting people with the moves. So an example I give people a lot is like, a lot of people just use drill shine. They just drill and then they shine, and then they just hope that their opponent, somehow misses the tech or something happens that makes it easier for them to hit their opponent, And so the better alternative to those is, drill grab, drill up tilt, and those moves. So you know that grab and up tilt are really good combo starters, and drill is a move that's really good in neutral. And so, luckily, Fox is good enough that his drill links into grab and it links into up tilt. So that is like the main. I would say that's the main idea for Fox in terms of combo starters. Is you want like a drill up tilt or a drill grab, and you want to kind of be like, oh, okay, I can play neutral comfortably with my drill while still, if I win neutral, if I guess right, I've successfully, started a punish. So, okay, so that's one of them. And then another thing is like, if you're in a position where you can hit with any move, choosing moves that, like choosing an up air. Like there were a few of these spots where it was kind of, you had like very clear openings, and you would still like, okay, so like what you want to do is you want to think about the expected value of something, of like something isn't going to hit every single time. And there's a risk to every move and a possible reward for every move. And you want to make sure that if you ever guess right, if your move hits, so what I always tell people is think of your absolute best case from a move hitting. So like, what is the absolute best thing that could happen here? So you get a jab. Okay, so maybe you could like jab grab or something, but you go for a nair, and it's like, okay, let's say this nair does hit. Your best case is maybe he gets like really bad DI and somehow goes off stage. You still have to hit the edge guard. If he gets pretty good DI, you're really not going to be able to follow it up at all. And then it's like, okay, now I jab again. The risk reward of this is if I hit him with the jab, I just hit him with a jab a second ago and it didn't do anything. But if I hit him with this jab, I might end up in that same spot. Or if I miss this jab, what if he full hop drilled right here? You could lose your stock instead of him.
Yeah.
So, like, these jabs aren't decisions that are, like, lending themselves towards you getting a punish. Or how about this down tilt? If this down tilt hits, maybe if he DIs straight up, you can get an up air. But if he DIs out, you're not going to get anything. And so, whereas his move, this drill, if you happen to kill him, like let's say you up smash him out of this drill, yeah, maybe he dies. But if he hits you with this drill and he gets a drill grab, he might start his own combo that just literally takes your stock. Okay, so actually, give me 30 seconds. I gotta do something really quick. One sec. Okay, sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
I had
another thing about this situation that like I've noticed, just watching my other games, is that like, one bad habit that like a lot of fucking low to mid level players like me, they like just if you whiff one move, you'll do another one in place, and like that's exactly what top players want. Like every time like you whiff a move and then do another move, they're like, thank you, like give me this, give me this whiff punish, like. And it's like so dumb. Like I did a jab and then like a nair in place, no drift, and then I did a jab and I did a down tilt hoping it would shield poke. Mm-hmm. But in reality, like after that I do that jab and it whiffs, I should confirm and at least dash back, and I could maybe punish this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend doing that jab anyway, because the jab itself has a pretty low expected value. But so like so you get this. Like, I just want to give an illustration of, so that up smash had a pretty good expected value, and there wasn't a lot of risk to it, but there was a pretty big reward. But okay, let's skip this.
This game went last stock. I kind of want to like see how I could have played the last stock better, because I'm pretty sure I threw this game. I think there were some random.
Well, okay, that was kind of a throw. with this nair, where it's like you are definitely you are definitely too late, to hit this, and you're just like, man, I really wish I wasn't too late. Like, what if I just pretended I wasn't. Here's a situation like right here where you're doing this drill and you confirm the drill. I would have probably tried to grab here. But you get like I think you do like a shine, and then it looks like you go for like an up smash or something. It's just like a weird situation, and you want to have these situations where like you could be getting your combo. You want them to be, super optimized. Of like, okay, I'm doing this to get my combo.
Yeah, that down smash is a down smash.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so you get this nair, and this nair is totally fine. Okay, so you miss the tech chase. You're trying to down tilt here, right?
Yeah.
The issue is the down tilt is not a high value move. He could have jumped over your down tilt and killed you for it, You don't want to be doing moves that, like, you're like, well, he's in the position. Like, I think this is like what your brain is doing. Is your brain is like, okay, well, I hit him with this nair and he techs, and it's like you can't react to tech in place with down tilt. That's like not a thing, But your brain is like, oh, look, he's in down tilt range. He's like further away from me, But you could literally you could dash grab this or try to drill it or something like that. You want to be trying to hit with the higher value moves.
And again.
Yeah, like you're trying to just kind of like hit him with your moves. Oh, there you got the up throw, but you missed the follow up. And there's the jab down tilt again.
It works because we're bad.
Okay, that was pretty good. Okay, nice. Finally a combo. Notice that this is your first combo of the entire game.
No, this is literally the first time I get like an up air or something. I got like a single up air. Yeah, so right here, I think he throws. Yeah, he back airs the Shy Guy, and then
oh wow,
him, and then Randall, dude, and I'm brain dead.
Oh. Oh, that hurts. I've lost like that so many times before.
But I definitely like the way you just pointed out, and like I've watched a lot of your lessons too. Like I've actually played like a few times with Cell, and like it's just like some things like it's just not obvious when you look at it. Like you always just need a fresh perspective.
Mm-hmm. No, I know exactly how that feels. So yeah, I think judging from this, and we'll move on to the second match in a second. What I would want you to do in order to sort of like... So, like, a lot of times when people imbalance in one direction, I sort of tell them to imbalance in the other direction. And then, like, you'll sort of subconsciously find a middle ground. So what I would like you to do in, like, your next, like, week or so of practice or whatever is just try hitting with high-value moves only. So, up air, up tilt, grab, and, drill leading into grab and up tilt. And, like, basically just be like, these are the only moves I am going to try to hit my opponent with. At all. And just try to play like that. And do it for, like, a decent amount of time. And just strictly try to play using those. So... First of all, you'll get a lot more experience, because I think a big part of the reason why you're missing so many of these combos is that you're hitting like you finally hit a grab and you're like, yo, it's been like 37 days since I've landed a grab. How do I do this combo again?
Yeah.
And
what's in
yeah, so it's like you need more of this experience of doing combos off of high value moves. So like let's say you're playing neutral and you hit a full hop nair and a guy techs, and you tech chase grab. Like, yeah, it was a better neutral interaction that you hit with like the nair tech chase grab rather than just running in and grabbing. Like, yeah, that was better. But the end result is the same, that you have this guy in a grab and you're going to combo him out of it. So if you spend more of your games when you're practicing just trying to get these big combo openers, trying to get up tilt, up air, grab, trying to hit these moves over and over, you'll not only get experience seeing like, oh wow, like this worked out so much better for me to get a high value opening than to sort of be like, a lot of times one high value opening is worth 4 or 5 random nairs and back airs. So
yeah, no, I think what you're saying about like the high value moves is definitely true. I think part of it is some subconsciously some of the people I play with, they have like the opposite in habits. Like I have a friend who like is very technical, but like in neutral, all he does is like dash dance grab and up tilt, right? And so sometimes I'll whiff punish him hella hard, and then I get this idea in my mind that I'm like, oh, you don't want to just be up tilting because it's like punishable. But like the reality is, I just need to play someone different.
Yeah, well, it's like if I was giving advice to that guy, I might say, hey, you should practice, playing neutral a little bit better. Like I would try to find like I would say, oh, look at you, you're just up tilting right here. You're giving your opponent control of the situation. That's like what I say to people who have the opposite issue as you, and because there is a balance between these things, but you've already learned how to not play the game by exclusively fishing for up tilt. Some people learn the game by just fishing for up tilt, and that's like
up tilt, yeah, the up tilt lords.
And it's like that is not the right way to play, but completely avoiding using up tilt to avoid using that is also not the right way to play,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm pretty sure I threw out maybe one up tilt that game.
Yeah, I didn't see like any.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you don't have to spam it in neutral, like when you're like trying to play in tournament or whatever. I just want you to get experience hitting these moves more often, so you know what it's like to like every time you. Because here's the thing: if the only moves you're using are combo starters, your options are you're either gonna get hit by your opponent, so you're gonna lose the situation, or you're going to get a big combo, or at least a good combo starter. Those are the only 2 options. And I think narrowing it down to those 2 options will give you a much better feeling for, like, this is how hard I should be hitting. Then you can kind of add extra layers on of, like, okay, I also want to play neutral pretty, cleanly. So how do I get this clean neutral to transfer to these big punishes that I keep hitting,
Right, yeah. Yeah, I think it's I need to be more familiar with like the combo trees and like reacting versus like reading the text on platforms. Like, I just need to be like more comfortable with that. And honestly, part of it is my fault too. Like I get way too content like playing unranked sometimes, or like not playing the people that I know will like fuck me up.
Right.
And like that's just like I need to play better people. Literally. But TMT is also like a great, like, I thought it was really fun. I got to play like a few people like Eddie Mexico and like I think that's the kind of practice that I want to be having.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is like even like top players can improve from playing unranked. The issue is you don't want to just autopilot through unranked. You want to be focusing on something, and I kind of treat people on unranked or very low level, like players who you will kind of beat no matter what you do. Those type of players is like you want to use those players as if they're kind of like a practice dummy, and you want to practice the specific things that you can do to improve your play, and not worry about as much about winning and losing. Like I lose to randoms on unranked all the time because I'm practicing things. And it's like very okay to do that. It's a little bit difficult at first to kind of get used to losing to people who are really, really bad. But it's okay because you're just like, I'm practicing. Like that is what I'm doing,
At the end of the day, it's like it's my own ego that like always stops you from like, because like you're gonna be worse when you try to implement new tech. Like you're just gonna be worse for a short period of time, and like that's just how it is.
Mm-hmm. And especially, it's like if there's sometimes you're not even trying to integrate something. Sometimes you're just saying like, I really, literally want to practice. Like, let's say the only thing you want to practice is up throw combos. You know, going on unranked and like 90% of your moves just being trying to grab the guy and up throw him. There's nothing wrong with that. It feels a little weird, but you need to get the experience. You know, it's kind of like the way they do drills in like sports is like you can get the experience of doing this, you know, muscle movement by just playing the game for 5 million hours. But this situation might not come up constantly, and it might not come up in a way that you can focus on because there might be so many things going on. So people do drills and they do specific little practices on micro elements of things so that they can build really quick experience in like these areas in which a lot of times the experience can be muddled by complicated things going on. So a lot of times I'll tell people to practice things and they go, okay, and they kind of just go and they play their normal game. They play totally normal and they like pepper on like, here's 2% of what I'm doing is me training and the rest is me playing normal. And it's like, no. You need to go like 80-20 training to playing, or maybe more than that, you know? Like, it needs to be like, I am here training, and you can just get hit, and you get gimped off stage, and you're like, okay, and you just come back, and you keep training that thing. It needs to be, like, very focused on the training, not, like, you know, peppered on top. And I think that's what a lot of people get wrong.
Yeah, so basically, in my case, it would be like, if I only started like implementing high value moves like 5% of the time, and then the rest I was just doing the same. Like,
yeah, it would be kind of like a mentality where you'd be like, right, I need to kind of hit more high value moves, and you'd be kind of playing the game, and then you'd be like, oh, there was a spot where I should have grabbed, you know? I get it, I just need to use more high value moves, so I should have grabbed there. And then you'll feel like, wow, I really learned. But it's like, you did learn, but you learned like one little tiny thing. Whereas if you focus really heavily on training and you're just going for grabs and you're going for up airs and you're going for up tilts, then like you kind of like hyperbolic time chamber yourself on these specific openings like really fast. Like, I grabbed 100 times and 20 of them worked is way better than, I learned 3 new situations where I should grab in. And a lot of times people are really like, they have this weird fear where they're like afraid of like losing what they already have, of like, well, if I go into a game and I do things differently, won't I like lose what I have? And the answer is no, you never lose what you have. Your subconscious is a lot more stable than a lot of people will think. So it's very okay to spend a day or 2 or more playing like a very specific style that has nothing to do with the way you normally play the game. And honestly, the people who can make themselves do that and focus and strictly train specific things and not get dragged into like playing the game more, those are the people who succeed the most at improvement. So that's just something to keep in mind.
No, it's like what you say is like mimics what other people have told me. Like SVAT and Kadoran, when I played both of them, like SVAT particularly, he just dismantled me. And like if I think back on it, that was pretty much like he would bait. He would do shallow nairs in neutral, but most of the time he was drilling. He was trying to confirm a drill grab, or he was dash dance grabbing. He was doing late. He was doing like up airs, and he was just comboing the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like now, like these things aren't obvious. When you're getting rocked, you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. You're just questioning your life.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that the things I'm saying are lining up to like your memories and experiences in a good way, because that'll help solidify things and help you stay focused on learning it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're Falco versus Captain Falcon. Let's see.
This is a matchup I desperately need work on.
Okay.
Just because
I'm pretty good at this matchup, so I'll definitely be able to help. Okay. Doesn't look too bad so far. Looks pretty solid.
This guy,
Nice.
I beat him the game before with my Fox, but it was like extremely close.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were both at 150%. And then I was like, you know what? I feel a little more comfortable with Falco in this matchup.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think one thing I want to clean up with my Falco is maintaining corner pressure, like especially when they're on ledge, and just
Mm-hmm.
like covering like a good amount of options, or maybe like more viable options. Sometimes I'll just bear or down air by ledge and hope they do a bad ledge dash or like
Mm-hmm.
a ledge hop aerial. And
Mm-hmm.
realistically, like that's not a viable long term plan.
Yeah, no, agreed. Okay, well you definitely need Falcon to die before this percent. Falco does have some problems killing at ultra high percents. One thing to keep in mind is that jab will knock down at this percent, and you can just kind of jab and then like follow up after it. But Falcon basically should never survive to that percent, and I need to actually check how he did. Okay, wait, he was at that percent for quite a while.
Right
Wow.
there, actually, I watched your lesson with Cell, and it was like clicking because Cell does like a very similar thing sometimes where like he's getting chased and then he'll dash back just like I do. Like he'll do dash back laser. And like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you're playing a fast character like Fox or Falcon, like just stuffing them out in place like you were saying, like a dare or like just holding your ground can be really fucking good because of his hitboxes.
Yeah, it's true. Especially in this matchup, it's like Falcon is so fast. You know, like he's ridiculously fast. And I always tell people, the most important thing to remember in this matchup is if you are directly underneath Falcon, like you are standing on top of Falcon and he short hop stomps you. And okay, so there's that, right? You're directly underneath Falcon and he does a short hop stomp. That's the situation A. Versus situation B, you're this far away. Let's say you're even further away and Falcon does a short hop stomp. It's actually the exact same situation. Falcon basically, like, him stomping on your head here and him stomping on your head here out of flying across the stage actually create the exact same situation. And it's a little bit tricky for people to realize that because they're like, well, he's so far away. And it's like, yeah, well, he can fly across the stage in the time it takes his stomp to come out. So it's actually, his frame data is the same. And so a lot of times being close to Falcon and being able to hit him is more valuable than being far away because he can still hit you when he's far away. He can
Yeah.
still just jump at you and throw out moves. Like if you laser from this distance, Falcon can definitely still get over and, you know, bother you for it.
Right. Yeah, I remember you saying that like one thing that Falcos do a lot when they're not comfortable is like try and retreat to a space in which they feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And like that especially is like knowing when you can't retreat. It's like it's that same kind of awareness, like knowing when you can't get a nair or an up air on platform. You just need to react.
Mm-hmm.
Down air.
So
I
yeah,
like
this. Mm-hmm.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
This doesn't look like bad. Like in terms of like based on like especially like the skill level that I saw in like the last video. Like this is like pretty acceptably good. The only difference is that you're not finishing your combos, and so Falcon is
Yeah,
doing this whole like I live to 200 thing, and you're still
yeah,
beating him. But like if you did down air shine forward smash, he's off stage and you just get like a back air into a down air edge guard or something, you would just, take his stock a lot earlier. And against better Falcons, they will just kill you every time off of like any hit. They'll just kill you. So it's like the way I look at it is like you either like, a matchup is kind of defined by punish and neutral game, right? Like which character wins neutral game, which character wins punish. And so the way this matchup works is Falcon obviously wins the punish game. Like he obviously hits Falco harder than Falco hits him because he can just like stomp knee you at like 10% and you die. So Falcon, I would say, wins the punish game, but he doesn't win it by all that much as long as you combo correctly as Falco. Like as long as you're focused on, I'm going to build damage and then I'm going to hit him off stage to kill him out of an edge guard. Whereas like I need to actually figure this out again. Like how are you not getting these kills? But what I'm saying is that if you can hit your punishes well enough and kill him out of it, like Falco wins neutral in this matchup really hard, as you can probably tell with like lasers. Like it feels pretty comfortable. Yeah. And so the important thing is to make sure you like right here, just to make sure to kill out of every potential thing. Like you kill him here so he doesn't end up living that long. He could have probably died a lot earlier too, but it's okay because I think you missed one of the earlier edge guards. Okay, so this is good. You really don't want to be doing like this up air thing because like, okay, like let's say it's like kind of your best case and he just goes straight up. What are you gonna do? Like a back air, Your goal is always to get Falcon off the stage. So it's like right here, you do this. What you probably would have wanted to do is not cross up here because now you're shining him back towards the center. But regardless, you get this. Like I would have said, probably like nair here. Like running nair, and then you kind of try to push him. Once you have a decent amount of damage, your goal should always be to push Falcon off horizontally, not to like combo him vertically. So like right here, you're like, he's a 66. You get this, and in this situation, I would be thinking, okay, if he tech in place, I'm gonna down smash. If he techs back here, sure, this shine is okay. But like doing this down air again here. This is just extra damage. There's no reason to really do it, Or like you're like, and then so you basically get him in this position where you're like, okay, I tech chased you again. It's like you could have probably just forward smashed this tech.
Yeah, why am I down airing him 90 times?
And so you're like, okay, I'll down air him again, and then you get him here, and it's like, this is not a bad spot necessarily because you can shine back air him and like send him off the stage here, but you just end up doing this super standard back air. Which he'll just survival DI, and look, he's gonna just basically drift back to the stage. So now we're in a spot where it's like, okay, so none of my moves are gonna combo. Okay, you get him off the stage here, but then you let him back, you kind of hit him again, and it's like these might seem like it's kind of like a small deal, but they add up really fast. Like the difference between your opponent dying and then taking like an extra minute to kill, it adds up really fast. All of this happening is extra. Yeah. That whole stock was extra.
Mentally, it's also like, it's also draining, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I played Bab activated, and we had a last stock game, but like that last stock, like it just felt like I couldn't like get anything that wasn't a forward tilt. And like he literally just tech chased and read my roll away, just need me on Yoshi's. And like that's the set, Like he can be at any percent, but
exactly.
If he gets a tech chase, you're dead.
So this matchup is really heavy. Like you get this jab, and then he's here, and so it's like, okay, Falcon is at 181. You could back air, you can nair, you can kill him probably with up smash at this percent. Like you can kill him with so many moves. And you're just like, oh, I'll shine him. And it's like, no, like, what good is it gonna do? And if you hit the wave dash out of it, sure, you can get a back air. But you're giving him a chance to escape. And there's just not a reason to do that. I think the way you're playing neutral in the matchup for, like, the level you're at is totally fine, though. I don't really see big issues in it. It's just that you gotta be really careful in some situations like this. and he does this get up attack, going for this cross up down air is like a little odd, you know? Or not, sorry, like not the cross up down air. Going for the down air is a little odd, especially when you're landing on this side of him, because it's like most good players in this position will ASDI down and just grab ledge. So you're not, like I would have said, something you should probably do right here, get up attack, is just forward smash it. You know, maybe get a little closer first. But just forward smash it. Like, if he omps attacks, you can just down smash or forward smash the tech, you know? And you like, the goal is to get him off stage, but you're just like, you kind of combo him back to center again, and now, instead of him being dead right now, and it being 3 stocks to 1, you're doing shine down airs again, you know? At like 80% on Falcon, and it just doesn't line up. So look, you hit the forward smash there, and then you let him back. But still, the idea was you just landed a forward smash, and this was the opposite side of the stage. But it made your life a lot easier than trying to combo him, you know, up and down at these percents. But yeah, then you end up in this, and you're just like, I just can't kill him. And it's like, well, you had 3 chances. So this guy has basically been having, you know, the easiest game of his life, even though he's losing, just because he keeps living forever every time. But yeah, neutral wise, I think you're good in this match.
I think this set was also played before I watched one of your lessons, and like I remember that like one thing is like you need to confirm like when you're hitting. Like, you should be thinking about your drift always. Like, if you get a down air, most of the times that I was crossing up that game, it was unintentionally. It was just that I wasn't canceling my forward momentum when I did my down airs. And so I ended up crossing them up with shine, and I had to wave dash back into center. But, like most of the time, you're right. Like, it's so much stronger, even, like, if you can just get a forward smash and put you in a better position, or just, like, shine them, but like at lower percents to set up like an edge guard.
Yeah, because Falcon, he just has a bad recovery. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you can get him off stage, then like you're pretty golden. So it's like, yeah, there's not really a reason to do this right here. Like, you could have just like, you know, up tilted and then carried him off the stage. Like right here, he rolls back in, just like, you know, up tilt. And then he'll go up, and then you just, like, you know, back air or something and kill him. But he does this, and he still can't recover. This should have never happened in 10 million years. You know, he should have just been dead. Like, when he does this up B right here, you can just literally back air him, and he's dead. But you let him land, which is not really what you want to do.
Wait, so do you do turnaround back air or cross up?
Yeah, I just turn around back air there. Like, he does this up B right here. Wait, is it right? Yeah, right here. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like here, and he does this. It's like you can nair, you can forward air, you can forward smash this, you can turn around and just short hop. I would probably back air it. I'd probably just turn around, short hop backwards, and then back air it. But like letting him land, and then you're like, oh, sick, now he's back on stage, I'm going to combo him. And it's like, he could have just been dead. Like, he could have been completely dead. He was dead. He was on stage. He had no double jump. He was in the middle of his up B. He's just a sitting duck right here. Just hit him off, and he's dead. Completely.
And I'm pretty sure the huge part of his hitbox, like that window where, like, his up B gets huge, I'm pretty sure that had passed as well.
Oh, it passed like, a long time before, yeah. It's pretty early.
Like, there's no reason not to despair or even just forward smash again.
Yeah.
I taunted him.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, yeah.
I didn't remember that.
You had plenty of time. But yeah, so, like, if you had, you know, every time you got an opportunity to kill the guy, if you had just hit him off and killed him, that would have been like a 4 stock, you know? And I would have been like, why'd you show this to me? This was like a worthless video because you just destroyed this guy. But instead you like destroyed the guy, and then it was like kind of close somehow, just because you kept not getting your kills.
those are my feelings exactly. I felt very in control of neutral, but because I wasn't punishing in like the right mindset, he kept living, and it was way closer than it should have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this was sick.
Okay, yeah, we have about 10 minutes left, but
Sure.
we ran out of both VODs, so do you have any extra VODs you want to go over, or like anything you want to discuss?
I do have extra VODs. I can pull up one.
Okay. Because we can use the last 10 minutes pretty much however you want. So.
Let's watch the game I played with Eddie.
Okay.
One. All right. I just sent it.
Okay.
I played Eddie before actually. He's the homie. I love Eddie. He's like super chill.
Yeah, Eddie's super cool. Okay, so a lot of times the reason why people struggle in this matchup is just they don't go for the big kills on Luigi. So like if there's a point in this match where you back air him and he side B's back and you back air him again, then that'll be easy to target. Because that's usually the most common issue here, is that like you're focusing. So one thing is you're focusing on these back air hits, but like you should be focusing on, you know, getting Luigi up in the air and then pushing him out. Luigi on the ground is really strong, and him in the air is pretty weak. So doing like falling back airs and stuff is not really the way you want to do it. Up throw is actually pretty good. You're not going to get a combo out of it, but it puts him all the way up in the air. Okay, that was good. Okay. That could have up smashed him. So the thing is like so this is like basically the same concepts apply where you want like high value moves. Except against Luigi, it's not always super clear what's a high value move and what's not. This drill is not super high value, but you could maybe get like an up tilt out of it or something.
That's what I was thinking. I watched Zamu play against Eddie after we played our set, and he was doing like two things. He was like faking bears a lot and then doing like tomahawk dash in to cover roll. And he was also he was using drill up tilt like exclusively.
Drill up tilt is definitely good. Okay, that was good. The thing is, so basically when you're playing characters who are like below top tier, just think of what is their horrible weakness that makes them not a top tier, and then try to play exclusively to that. So like Luigi's is probably his recovery, and he has really bad aerial drift.
Is that what makes him stronger on the ground versus the air? It's like his wave dash covers.
Yeah, he has a good wave dash. He has really crazy good grounded moves. Okay, that was good. And yeah, so this is like the usual like I lost to Luigi thing where you're like,
oh my god, yeah.
Where like that happens, and it's kind of like, yeah, you got to just keep him off stage until you can get a position where, oh, yeah, it's another common thing. You get reversaled on the ledge there. I would actually say that for this video in particular, like, I think you should not worry too much about this matchup at the moment. I think if you happen to play Eddie again, you can like focus a little bit more on trying to get Luigi up in the air. Like right here, instead of this nair, like right here, where you're going for this nair, I would probably do like a grab and then either back throw or up throw here. Like, try to get Luigi out of his annoying grounded position. Because, like, let's say you do hit with this nair. He could just, CC grab it. Or it might hit him so far away that you can't really get a punish. You want him in the air so you can, like, juggle him.
Yeah, he could also just CC down smash or up smash like he did
Mm-hmm,
there.
yeah.
Read me coming up.
So
and I miss a ledge dash here. I remember this because I was like, no.
So yeah, so I would basically say, like, don't worry too much about this. I think when you get the combo starter thing down more on the top tiers, I think that'll sort of solidify it more in your brain of like, man, every time I hit Fox, I get this big nasty combo, and every time I hit Luigi, it does nothing, And then I think that might help you, like, it'll help your brain be like, how do I get that feeling, against Luigi? Like,
yeah.
when do I feel like I just have total control of this stock against Luigi? Whereas, like, against Fox, it's pretty clear, where, like, you hit an up air, and you're like, let's go, like, it's time. You're just gonna up air, up air, up air, up air, do all this stuff. Whereas, like, Luigi, you hit, like, an up air, and he kind of just gets away. And there are ways to, like, kind of push Luigi off and then get, like, a shine or something like that. But it's not quite as cut and dry as, like, the Spacies or whatever. And so I think that you should probably just focus first on being able to do the combo starters on Fox and stuff like that. And, like, practice getting that down. And then eventually go back and be like, okay, it's not like a combo against Luigi, but how can I get the feeling against Luigi that, like, my neutral opening led to a lot of good things happening for me, Where, like, a lot of times with Luigi, it's more about positioning, and you kind of get him in the air, you kind of get a back air, something like that. It's a little bit more complicated than just comboing a fast faller.
One thing that I do struggle with against Luigi, and I feel like this is just lack of experience, but I always feel like, because I've like seen so many Foxes just jump into Luigi after hitting him once and then just die.
Mm-hmm.
So half of the time, I'll like just not even go for something. I'll just wait on platform or ground and try to up tilt. But the problem with up tilting is like sometimes like Luigi will just trade with down air. And then, like, I just feel like sometimes not too comfortable sharking Luigi.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know whether to up air or, like, space back here or try to whip punish whatever aerials he does.
Okay, so I think what will help you with that is, if you want to practice that specifically, is just try to find situations where you can very directly threaten an up air or a back air, and then try to hit him after. Because, like, the thing is like, okay, so, like, let's say Luigi is way up high, and what are his reversal moves, right? They're nair and down air. So, yeah. Let's say he nairs from, like, way up in the air. You can punish that with anything, because as long as you weren't jumping into him, then, like, he has this super long nair out, and all you have to do is, wait, and then, like, dash dance up smash or whatever, It's, like, not a big deal to punish the nair. The nair is only good if he, like, totally reads that you're gonna hit him. So a lot of times, like, let's say Luigi is up in the air and you do, like, a full hop as if you're gonna jump up and hit him. He's not gonna want to nair, because if you don't commit to your double jump option, and he nairs, then he's just like a total sitting duck. He doesn't have good air mobility or anything. He's pretty gone in that case. And so, like, so his only other option is down air. And down air is like, it comes out and then it's gone. And so what you can do is you can, like, full hop, and then if he does a down air, you can just hit him immediately after the down air. But people don't do it because they're worried about both the nair and the down air. But really, like, you can kind of see, like, if he's going to do a nair or not and just, like, avoid it. So basically, you just put yourself in a position where he has to defend himself. And then you kind of get, like, a good, It's not a 50-50. It's like you can choose to do the 50-50 if you want.
Uh-huh.
And
So
he
the situation,
can't,
like,
he doesn't really have like a choice in the matter.
I see.
Because he has to defend himself with his move no matter what.
So when you full hop, you empty full hop, and then like he does down air. Do you fast fall after the full hop, or do you hit him like?
I would like double jump up air or something after I see
Oh,
this
okay,
down
I
air
see.
come out. Like I full
Yeah, I
hop
see.
and then he has to throw out a move and then I double jump up air. Something like that.
All right.
But okay, we're about at time.
Yeah.
But I think that was a productive lesson. And
Yeah.
I hope that the advice helps you out and I hope you improve because of it.
Thanks.
So yeah, anyway.
I'm gonna hopefully start doing more land stuff.
Awesome.
I've been playing CRT melee a lot lately.
It's pretty nice to not have any spikes in lag or anything.
Oh my god! As a Fox main, it's just way nicer.
Definitely. But all right, man. I hope you have a good one.
Thanks.
Talk to you later. Bye.